Hey, this is Chris, and today this is an update on my almost 20-year-old reef tank. So here is the tank. This is a 75-gallon aquarium in my living room. It is lit with a Vortec LED, and that's been in use probably for over 5 years now. I have to check and see how long that's been running, but been running for quite some time. Still doing the job as far as I need it to. Not really growing much in the way of stony corals in here. Primarily, I've got this green bubble coral. I do have some hammers, which are relatively new. I've only had them for I don't know, maybe a year or two. Another one over here. And those all come from one. And then I've tried to do, this was a little frog spawn here, and I haven't really had as much luck with frog spawns. The other major coral in this aquarium is this blue ridge coral. And I've had this blue ridge coral for almost 20 years now. It was part of the original 20-gallon reef that this all started with. This all started in a 20 long when I lived in Manhattan. So that is a really old coral, and if we look down here in the sump, well, this is my sump over here, and this is my little, coral farm. This Gorgonian right here, I've had as long as the blue ridge coral, if not a little longer. So for the whole life of this reef, I've had this coral. And it's down here now because I have butterfly fish up here. You can see there's a 4-eye right there. And there's a spot fin right there. And there's, we pan over slowly, another 4-eye over there. And that 4-eye is picking on these mushrooms right now. And I also have some really beautiful mushrooms over here, which don't look so great because the 4-eyes are picking on them. My experience is that the 4-eyes grow out of that. These butterfly fish come from Shinnecock Bay in New York, and I try to collect butterfly fish in Shinnecock Bay at the end of the summer every year. They die in Shinnecock Bay. It's quite far north, and the larvae settle out there over the course of the summer, and then they die in the late fall. But every year I try to collect a couple of them and see how long I can keep them. I have kept 4-eyes for over 4 years, and I've kept spot fins for a long time as well. These guys have been going since this September. I caught them on September 7th. So this is January 2nd, 2022, and so they're doing okay. This spot fin is unusually picky for a spot fin, and so you'll notice he's kind of skinny. I'm feeding him mysis shrimp twice a day, but he's still kind of skinny. These two 4-eyes, they actually will eat pellet food, and they love brine shrimp. And as you can see, they kind of like yuma mushrooms right now. It's funny, sometimes they'll bite something that stings them, and then they do this little shiver as they swim away, like they just ate something spicy or something like that. If we go back down to the refugium, you'll see I'm growing out these dendros. This group all started from one, which was about the size of the one in the upper left corner. So this one I have down here is kind of gigantic. And they are non-photosynthetic. They eat a lot. They're currently getting about 2 cubes of mysis shrimp a day just to themselves. If you look over the top here, you can get us focus. There's a couple of other things going on in here. Some blue ridge, some Montiporas, and everything is doing okay in here. Up top, sorry for the stand there. Up top, you can see I do have some Montiporas, and The encrusting Montiporas do okay for me. The branching Montiporas, I used to be able to grow really well in this tank, but not anymore. The butterflies don't help that, but I'm not sure whether it's the light or what else is preventing me from doing a good job with branching Montipora. What else can I show you? A lot of the fish are relatively new in this tank. We had a hurricane, not this past summer, but the summer before, and that wiped out a lot of fish. Just about the only thing that's left in here that came from before that hurricane is this male clownfish. And I say he's a male because he did have a female. And I just lost her a month ago for, I don't know, I have no idea why. She was doing fine, and I came back from a weekend away and she was dead. So no disease in the tank. Not really sure what happened to her. The male had gotten beaten up pretty badly by a fish that I had introduced, what was it called? It was a damselfish, but one of the more gentle damsels. I can't remember the name offhand, but anyway, he beat up my male clownfish there really badly, and he had to go. Most of the other fish in this tank are here for, let's say, less than a year. The newest additions are the pintail wrasse right here, and the longfin wrasse, which is this red and white wrasse right here. And there are 3 of the longfin wrasses. Everybody seems to be doing pretty well. Everybody gets along. And if we could get the spotfin butterfly to eat, then I think everybody would be super healthy. One concern I have is that my Toby here, just going to shy away from the camera, his teeth are starting to look like they're getting long, and so I'm not sure whether I can get some kind of food for him that will help him to wear those down, or whether eventually I'm going to have to pull them out and wear them down myself with a nail file or a nail clipper. Hopefully it doesn't come to that though. When I got him, he was super skinny. He had been kicked out of somebody else's aquarium for eating snails, and I can't imagine they had him for very long though, because he had lots of parasites that would have been the kind of parasites that you see on wild fish, not on captive fish. The copepods hanging off the side of his skin and things like that. But I cleaned him up and put a lot of weight on him. He doesn't look skinny now, so if he does start to look skinny, then I'll know I have to do something about his mouth. Otherwise, everything's doing pretty well. This funny looking starry bunny over here. So quite the character. He actually likes to beg for food. He's just a little freaked out by the camera. If I pull the camera back and stand over next to the tank, probably everybody comes right over because they know me and they like to be fed, and it's about that time. If I put my hand over the tank, they probably all come running. All right, so that's it for now. Everybody be well, and thanks for watching. Bye.